If you've been watching my channel for about a year now, you'll remember a segment I used to do called People of Yu-Gi-Oh! Where I bitsed about people of Yu-Gi-Oh! Well, today we're gonna bit some more. So the topic for today is going to be the people who are too cool for Yu-Gi-Oh! They still play though. Here we go. So the thing is, there are people in this game who play Yu-Gi-Oh!, buy cards, go to tournaments, but they're too cool for Yu-Gi-Oh! They're above the rest of us. Sure, they play Yu-Gi-Oh!, but they're not a nerd. And the other people who play are so nasty. All these other Yu-Gi-Oh! Players, not me of course, you know. All these other Yu-Gi-Oh! Players have horrible hygiene, and they're such nerds. They can't ever get a girlfriend, they don't have a social life. Why are they up here every Saturday playing? I'm up here every Saturday playing, but you know, it's okay because I don't have to be doing this. I could be doing other things. I've got a social life. Those people. Yeah, people who come to locals, go to events, and walk around as if they're the best thing in the world and everybody else at the event is a nerd with no life. Those people really bother me. So, I'll preface this video by saying, I don't consider myself like a hardcore or mainstream nerd. Like, I don't really read comic books, I don't really watch anime, I don't really play any other card games, I don't really play like computer games. I guess those are like nerd stereotypes, sorry if I offended anyone. I don't really do that kind of stuff. The most I do is like, I do a lot of like stuff on the computer, like media stuff, and I'm smart-ish, I guess, like in school, but I wouldn't say I'm like a mainstream nerd. But I also recognize that by having a YouTube channel, by knowing about Yu-Gi-Oh!, even though I don't actually play it, just by knowing about it, keeping up with it, and having friends who play it, I, along with them, we are all nerds or geeks or whatever you'd like to call it. It's not a bad thing, and I'll gladly wear the label. But for people to come to these events and pretend like everybody else at the event is, you know, a loser and shouldn't be here, needs to find something else to do with their Saturdays or whatever. You know, we have locals on Saturday, but I guess it varies from person to person. People like that, that's so petty, really. I think that if you're playing Yu-Gi-Oh!, that doesn't make you like a nerd. It's not a bad thing to play, but for you to call other people that, that's really wrong, and it's really low. And like, the people who come up there tend to also be, the people who do this, they tend to also be the ones who usually wear the hoodie with the cap and the, you know, the beats in their ears. They're too cool for Yu-Gi-Oh! These other people are losers and lame and they'll never get a girlfriend. All this kind of stuff. That's not good. I don't like these people. And these people exist at like every level. They exist at the local level. You find them at regionals where they're like, oh my god, everybody in this room is like such a loser. No one showers or bathes, and you know, I do of course, but no one else does. And that kind of thing. If you play Yu-Gi-Oh!, accept the label, accept the fact that you're a loser like the rest of us. And it's okay. Most Yu-Gi-Oh! Players that I've met are not genuine, just outright nerds. I'm sure if you watch my videos, you can tell there are people at my locals who do normal things too and have normal personalities. Most people don't actually stink. Most people are not, you know, living with their mom and 30 years old. I mean, there are a few. But it's not, if you're playing Yu-Gi-Oh!, you just have to accept that you're playing Yu-Gi-Oh! And that's just what you're doing. That doesn't put you, you're not above anyone else just because you have more of a social life outside of Yu-Gi-Oh! Than maybe somebody else does. Things I don't like in life in general are people who put themselves on a higher pedestal than everyone else. So, these people exist everywhere, and that's my rant about them. I wanna know what you guys think. I'm sure that they exist at, you know, your card shops, at events you go to. What do you think of these people? How do you react to them? People who, you know, like to pretend that they are not a nerd, they are not a geek. They could be doing other things, and the other people at the place are crazy and losers for playing Yu-Gi-Oh! And they're not, because, you know, they could be doing something else even though they chose to play Yu-Gi-Oh! Go figure. What do you think of these people? How do you react to these people? Are you one of these? Well, I guess you wouldn't admit if you were one. Anyway, Yeah, so I want to know what you guys think. Please leave some comments down below, and I will read them and respond to them as always. And if you like this discussion, give it a thumbs up. If you want more Yu-Gi-Oh content, subscribe. I think the button's it's down there somewhere. Subscribe, and I hope that you've been enjoying the stuff that I've been putting out on my channel. And you stay tuned for more good discussions. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye, guys.